I don't know how. I can't explain it. I'm still kind of stunned myself, but we did it. Guys, the chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got up to rank 24. So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to break down what I did, what's working right now, and what you guys can do over the next day, day and a half that's going to be able to propel you forward. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Guys, if you enjoyed the videos this season, I appreciate it if you simply throw in that creator code chicken in the shop. As you see, it does expire every 7 days. C-H-I-C, back. Yeah, it does help to support the channel. And if you haven't already, if you watch the videos, just make sure you hit the subscribe button. Won't change anything for you, and I appreciate it. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So I'm going to show you guys the base. A lot of people were wondering what I was using to get up here. We're currently number 9 in Canada, and we finished out. Where did we get to here? I don't know why it started halfway down. It's kind of strange. We finished out. We were at 102 earlier, at 107. Craziness. 24 and 11. So, what do we want to talk about first? We'll go over. We'll go over the base first. Actually, we'll go over the tech first, then the base, because that's going to be replay, and then the attack, okay? So, what ended up being the key? The key was going full-on defense at 6 ER. And that's still going to be strong for another day or so while people are saving up for 7. So, you have to make that judgment call based on your tech. If you don't have a lot of defenses, you're probably better off going 7. So, here's everything I've got. Skip the critters, skip the seekers. Got the rockets to tick 4. That was what put me over the hump from 23 to 24. And to get to 23, we got, what was it? The second Sky Shield? No, that was last night. How did I get to 23? I changed my attack, I think. I honestly don't remember how I got to 23. But anyways, so you have to make that judgment call. I mean, if you're similar to this, like if you can get to where I'm at right now in, say, 4 chests, then it's probably worth doing. If not, go to 7 ER, get the troop damage, get the building damage, and then start to backfill from there. Because on the way, you're also going to pick up a grappler or a Flotsam cannon. Grappler's better for secret hits because it's going to take bullet. Flotsam cannon's better for laser rangers because it is a pain. I faced it a few times today, and it was a nuisance. So, yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we finished, hopefully. By the way, hopefully I am parked for the season. That is my plan. You know, we'll watch it the next day or so and see what happens, but 24 should be a lock for top 500. It typically is. But if it's not, we can jump back in and we won't be too far behind either. So, yeah. Oh, Rifleman. That's what it was. I got the Rifleman. That's what got me from 22 to 23. This was the most important thing. This was more important than rockets. If you guys don't have Rifleman and you're using Laser Rangers, that alone increased my time by like 25 seconds. Because you saw in yesterday's video and in the live streams and stuff, we were typically getting, you know, 2 minutes, sometimes under 2 minutes. The Rifleman really increased that time. So let's show you guys the base next. And we're going to show you this hit against Jess. So we'll go enemy replay and we'll take a look here. Also, shout out to Jess. I'm going to give some shout outs in a second. So here's my base. Here's what I was using. And once I added 1, 2, 3 rockets, that was really all it took. That's what got us over the hump. And Jess is a great player. He gives me advice all the time. He's a lot better than I am, so I was very happy to match up with him here and hopefully finish out the season. But yeah, it's a tough base. It's a tough base. It really starts to slow them down. He actually had the critters too. But yeah, you just got to be faster. You just got to be faster. We're not really base riding by any means here. We are just simply trying to go on offense as quickly as we can. So yeah. So it works really well. I like the rocket tucked in at the back. It adds a little more spiciness, especially with the shock blaster down here as well. Because what happens is the rocket, it should ideally shoot over top of stuff and then maybe clip a few troops there in the back. I don't think it even did that for us here. But anyways, we got the shock launcher out. He's got some bombardiers coming in hot. I prefer not to use bombers. I think Mr. Beevil actually was showing us that hit the other day of 3.5 Heavy Chopper Laser Ranger, but I'll show you guys how I was doing it. So let's see, 234, 214, 222, 221. So we were able to get some really fast hits in. And this is a pretty stacked 6ER as well. So you guys can see right here, this is it, okay? So let's go over the attack right now. So we want to go 3 Heavy Choppers, 5 Laser Rangers. That's for pretty well every base. I was not bringing a boat of Bombardiers anymore. We stopped doing that. And all we did here was just free clear. The good news is the attack's very easy. And it's very straightforward. So I used 3 barrage there to take out those mines. This base was kind of strange because he had all the mines up at the top, which was interesting. But yeah, so we throw down 3 Heavy Choppers, 5 Laser Rangers in behind, 2 second wins with Kavan right off the bat. And then what do we want to focus on? Well, we want to focus on a couple different things. Doom Cannons for the Heavy Choppers. If on the Horseshoe base, if the Doom Cannon's in the middle, we're going to BART that one right out. If it's off to the sides, we can just shock them. But we want to focus on Doom Cannons and Shock Launchers. Those are the biggest things. You have to watch the rockets if they're maxed and if they're really doing damage to your Laser Rangers. But having Riflemen really just kind of cancels out the rocket launchers. They weren't that big of a deal. Yes, I'd obviously prefer not to see maxed rockets when we were going against them, but I never had them myself, and it didn't really slow me down that much. You know, getting them definitely helped, but it wasn't like a night and day difference. But yeah, we could basically just go right through them. So this is kind of how we did the attack, guys. It's pretty straightforward, like I said. We just wanted to do a nice little easy free clear here. When we get to the end, you know, you can really like save yourself a little bit of time if you do things perfectly here. So you see as the engine goes down, I didn't do it on this base, but as the engine goes down, throw the barrage. Even if you have to throw the barrage early on the Sky Shield, so be it. It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds to get there. So you're better off to just simply throw it in. All right, let's see here. This guy had a rough time. So this guy's got the Microwaver, and he actually has all 3 shock launchers, and he's got max rockets. What else does he have? So this guy basically had everything. I think he might be missing a Doom Cannon. Or no, he's not. He's got the Microwaver. So he's got the 4 Protos and the extra shock launcher. So this guy had everything. And you see right here, exact same hit. Nothing changes. Only difference on this base is he has max rockets, and his mines are spread out everywhere. So we couldn't get as much value with the barrage. But you see, I still use it. It's still worth doing. And notice, we haven't touched the rocket launchers yet. We shock that one as it touches the Laser Rangers. It's not going to instantly poof them. They're not that strong. So yeah, we shock the rockets as they become a problem. Otherwise, we let them go. You know, as long as they're hitting Riflemen, Heavies, and Heavy Choppers, who cares? I think we get a shock in the back there on that Doom Cannon and that rocket. And yeah, we're just simply free clearing over here. I opted to shock this shock launcher here, and I think that ended up being really helpful. Even though I've only got the 1 Laser Ranger, it's in such a good spot. I can get some good chip damage on everything. So I figured, why not? All the defenses are down on this side. And this is where I feel like most of the battles right here are won or lost. So see right there, I opted for the shock launcher. But look what's going to happen here on this corner. So as soon as they come around the top, boom, they get hit with that shock launcher immediately. So how do you get around that? You can... I had enough troops here. I really didn't have to do anything. I just let the heavies move up forward because I knew the shock launcher was going to start to target them instead. But what happens is, especially when there's 2 shock launchers or now even 3 shock launchers, as your troops come around that corner, they just get stuck and it gets impossible. And sometimes you lose 20 or 30 seconds there, which is, you know, going to be the match. So if you can get your troops either A, moving in front of the other ones, obviously that's ideal, or B, you just flare up right around this point where those 3 lines connect, those 2 lines, whatever, and from there, they're not going to sit on that corner. They'll be just out of range of that shock launcher, or it's only going to clip a piece of them, not necessarily all of them, which is what we're trying to avoid here. Okay, so that's the best, you know, thing that we can do right now. Other stuff that's working, I mean, Seekers are good. If you're a Seeker guy, you already know that. Apparently, some guys at the very, very top at 70 Rs were having success using heavy chopper rush, but that's with that troop damage. Now, another reason why I stopped, and some people didn't really understand this, it's like, oh, why don't you go to 2450 right there? It was very difficult. It was very difficult. You see my attacks here. You know, I was lost, win, lost, win, lost, win. Then I finally went on a little run. Like, it was not easy by any means. We'll show you some of these guys here. This is what I was facing as well. So this is a 70R with the grappler. He's missing some stuff, it looks like, but you know, some of the Seeker guys, they're just going to beat you. Like, if you lose to Seekers, there's nothing you can do. That's the way I looked at it anyways, was just there's some guys, you see right here, you know, I'm just going to lose to this. It does not matter what I do. It doesn't matter what defense I have. It doesn't matter what offense I have. Unless it's Seekers, I'm not getting 3 minutes on any base, okay? So, man, he made that look easy, eh? Wow. But again, he's got everything, right? Everything offensively, at least. So I'll show you another one over here. So this was another 7. The 7s are tough, man. The 7s are tough. This was either the... Yeah, so this time I went against the Flotsam Cannon, and I opted to completely remove it. So obviously it didn't work because I lost, but I feel like that's the better alternative rather than just running through it, because you're going to... you know, you're going to lose all of your laser rangers, so it's just not really a good bet. And I know that we lost a lot of girls on that side, but we still had enough on the right here where the rockets weren't really, you know, we'd spent all our GB on the Flotty, so I don't know. You got to pick your poison, kind of. All right, Budgie. Let's see this one. I think this one I just messed up on, but this one really hurt. Another 70R. See, the 7s were tough. The 7s were giving me a lot of problems, and they're, you know, quickly starting to be everywhere now. And, you know, for my tech tree, for what I had made some mistakes throughout the season, right? I had too much defense and not really enough offense. So what made the most sense for me was to go up and push now and, you know, try my best to get to 24 or wherever, rather than going back in at 70R, being late to 7, and then, you know, we probably could have gotten further, but we would have had to play right up until the last moments because we were late to all this tech. Obviously, that changed kind of when we got 24, I guess, but yeah, since I was already defensive, doubled down, got the rest of it, and that's when we were able to make our push. And yeah, the goal is the top 500, guys, so I think that we have secured that. Hopefully, you know, you never know in Warships. We might have to dive back in, but that's what we did. That's what we did. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know where you're at. If you agree or disagree with some of the stuff I said, let me know why down below in the comments. And yeah, I want to give some shout-outs. I want to give some shout-outs to Knight YouTube, again, helped me a lot this season. Python 2.0, he was a great help. I'm forgetting everybody now. Pete, of course, the pirate. Evil Beaver. He was the one that was showing us that heavy chopper laser ranger attack the other day, so that was awesome. There's more names that I'm forgetting. Yeah, I'll pull it up, and I'm sorry if I missed you. I'll get you in the next video, but either way, thank you to those guys. Thank you to you guys for watching. Appreciate you so much. Wild season. A lot of, I want to say ups and downs, but a lot of downs. A lot of downs and then one big massive up. And I mean, that's, you know, if that's the way it's got to be, that's the way it's got to be. But we'll talk more about why this season was, you know, I felt it wasn't a great season. I mean, there was some things that were good and whatever, but yeah, we'll talk more about that in maybe tomorrow's video. But anyways, appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Chicken out. Bear. Oh, and Jess, of course. I missed that. I'm sorry, I missed a bunch of names. I should have written them down. Chicken out. Bear.